Hi everybody! Roar! Creative Creature Sharks are back with another video, and today we are doing a review on the new 2025 anime, Gachiakuta. I remember when we did the reaction to the trailer. Remember, Sharks? Oh yeah. Oh man, it was so effing awesome. Yeah. And I never would have expected something like all of this. And Rudo, man, who would have thought? The whole thing, that sphere city, that city he lived on, it was not a mountain. He was a mountain kingdom he was living on. It was a floating city. Yeah. And didn't the setting seem a little familiar? Yeah, it was just like in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. One side was all clean, where the rich people lived. The other side was all dirty and just like the satellite sector. Yeah. Actually, it was more like how New Domino City was in Arc 5. Yeah, topsiders and commons. It was exactly that. Rudo, he's never even smiled. Well, you could thank his parents for that. His parents threw him away when he was just a baby. And the only one who raised him right and treated him like a real, with any love, was Recto. And his father, well, Rudo's father was a cold-blooded murderer. Yeah. Well, Rudo, he has a little thing about objects. Those topsiders of the sphere, golden clean side, they throw away everything when it just gets a little bit broken. It's disgusting. Yeah. And, well, Rudo, he's got these weird burns, or I don't know what's up with his hands, but it's almost like his hands are cursed. He goes through immense pain. Well, his hands hurt. So Recto gave him these cool-looking gloves, and every time he wears them, the pain just goes away. Rudo has been living good, although he's never actually smiled. And one day, some guy in a mask kills Recto, and Rudo is framed for his murder and then tossed away to the pit. But people don't know. The people of the sphere, or Spherites, as they're called, don't know about the surface of Earth. It's become a post-apocalyptic, trash-filled wasteland, filled with all their trash. The air has been completely polluted. And you would only have about 15 minutes to live. Whoa. And that's not the worst part. What's the worst part? The trash has turned into, like, monsters. Living piles of trash called Trash Beasts. Whew. And they were, like, massively scary. And the only way to kill these things are superpowered individuals known as givers. They have a ability. Givers have the ability to access their respective vital instrument. Powerful weapons that are converted from everyday objects, and by infusing said object with the giver's own anima. Anima? positive energy. Cool. Oh, so the trash beasts are made of negative energy. Yeah. Only way to fight negative anima is with positive anima. And that's what givers are. Well, the cleaners are. They're trash beast exterminators. The cleaners are a whole bunch of givers who specialize with dealing with trash beasts and a whole lot of other stuff. But it's not all. How do people live down there? Well, there are cities and routes that are not entirely polluted. There are polluted zones, safe zones, and no man's lands. Ah, whoa. Yeah, in Rudo, he's got a whole lot of anger. He wants to, get revenge on the masked man who killed Recto. And when Rudo gets down there, the first person he meets is Engine, one of the cleaners, and his vital instrument is an umbrella, which turns into a super cool. I don't know how to describe what his umbrella transforms into. It's like a drill and a lance. A lance drill? Yeah. And, well, Rudo's vital instruments are basically his gloves. And the nature of his power, he could give life to multiple objects. Well, in another sense, he can actually a giver's power is kind of like it's kind of like how it's their nature, personality. So anyone can become a giver if they have the aptitude. If they don't, they're just wasting their time. And a giver also takes the time with giving care to the object and the positivity they have. It's like giving more life to their vital instrument. So, kind of like with Rudo and his gloves. Yeah. They're not just a fashion statement, but his gloves were given to him by his adopted father. Oh, yeah. And we also learn about they're not just cleaners they're not the only givers. They're also raiders. And these guys are bad ones. Evil givers? Yep. Especially this one guy, Jabberwonker. Jabberwonker? His name sounds like Jabberwocky. Yeah, I know. That's what I've been saying. And his vital instrument are these rings that turn into claws. He's got them on both hands. Whoa. Yeah. And they can also contain poisons and stuff. Whoa. And, well, Rudo, along with the other cleaners, there's also Zonka and Rio, a whole bunch of other cleaners. There are also supporters in the cleaners. They don't have powers, but they help the giver part of the cleaners fight against the trash beasts, the smaller kind. There are smaller ones, and then there are big kinds. Whoa. And we also learn about Rudo's gloves being part of a series of vital instruments for givers of the ground. Wait, so a series? Yeah, called the Watchmen series. A set of 5 unfathomably powerful vital instruments said to be connected to the Watchmen. A gigantic being that guards the border between the sphere and the surface. And that usually required the wielder to have lost something in their life to use them without going insane from the power. Wait. Rudo wasn't aware of his abilities and stuff, so he didn't go insane until Recto died. Oh. He didn't go insane or lose his sense of self. Nope, he did not. We also learned that the leader of the Raiders, Zodal Typhon, he has a part of the Watchmen series as well. His coat. So, what can it do? I don't know what Zodal's power is. It's like, I don't know what. And the man who killed Recto, the masked man, it's like he's a giver as well. Does he have a piece of the Watchmen series as well? His vital instrument allows him to fly. Whoa. Then there was also Amo, a girl who was like sold to this creep by her mother. This girl's own mother sold her to some creepy loser trafficker? Yeah, and he had a thing of the Watchmen series as well, a pair of boots. Yeah, but he kind of went cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Oh, mucho muy loco en la cabeza. Yeah, he did. And it turns out, well, but doing that and everything, well, that same masked man came and took the boots from that lame-o trafficker and gave them to Amo. And he went up to the sphere with his companion. Yeah, this masked man wasn't alone. And they flew up to the sphere, but only that same masked man came back. Where was his partner? I don't know. But it was around the same day that almost saw that same masked angel, as she calls him, flew back down to the surface. That was around the same time Rudo came down. Oh, but where is he? I don't know. And it seems the Raiders took Amo and her set of the Watchmen series. I don't know what they did with her. Rudo kind of went angry with her, but he's trying to learn to not have all that anger inside of him. He's been holding nothing but anger and resentment and nothing else bottled up inside of him against every single rich Spherite, on every single Spherite that has treated him wrong. Oh man, his entire life, all that anger has been like inside of him. Yeah. And the only ones who showed him any kindness were Recto and the cleaners. They didn't care if he was a Spherite or anything. They just wanted to help him. They showed him nothing but kindness and friendship. And Zodal, that loser, wants to destroy the sphere for I don't know what reason. And he wanted Rudo to be a part of his cause because Zodal saw the same anger in his eyes. But Rudo was like, screw you, moron! I'm not teaming up with you. And you're just jealous because I have friends. And you don't. You don't have any friends. All you have are followers. Yeah. Zodal will lose in the end. Wow. Zonka, well, that guy, his vital instrument is a staff, which he calls his lovely assist staff. And it is, like, awesome. And, wow. It can act like a tuning fork. Yeah, and then there's Rio. She's a spicy redhead who is, like, smoking. And her vital instrument are a pair of scissors that turn into giant scissors. And she uses them with her legs. Whoa. Kind of like how Sanji would fight with his feet. Yeah. She kind of fights like Sanji. In a way. Yeah. The story, the drama, the action, the music, everything about this show is amazing. I cannot wait for season 2. And we also learn a little bit more about Rudo's power. He recycles objects, giving them more of a chance to show their true worth. Yeah. Normally, I thought he could do it to 3 objects at once. That's cool. But what if he just focuses that recycling power on one object? Recycling it once makes it powerful. Recycling it again and again makes it an even better weapon. Yeah, he did it to this awesome nail gun and turned it into some kind of rail nail cannon. Yeah. Zodal found a way to try and go up to the sphere by artificially creating trash beasts using other givers' vital instruments. Whoa. Yeah, but they didn't get to save Amo. They got her watchman boots, but they didn't find her. Oh man. I don't know where she is. But we also learn something else. A spellcaster from this canvas town who's a giver from like many generations ago had friends who had their own series of vital instruments who were like the creators of these vital instrument series. And one of them was the best friend to that spellcaster. And that guy's name was Sherbrek. What does that have to do with anything? Because Rudo's name is Rudo Sherbrek. You mean that Rudo is a descendant of the creator of the Watchmen series? Yep. Oh, man. There are 3 other Vital Instrument series out there. I don't know about you, but I cannot wait to see what these others can do. Oh, man. Oh. Season 2 is going to be awesome. So, that's going to be it for a review of Gachiakuta. Don't forget to like our videos, comment what you think, share with your friends, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe right away. This is Creature and Tracks telling you to have an awesome day today. Bye, everybody. Roar!